right, let's welcome everybody to the Big Trauma Show. It's,
Yes, sir.
Episode 104. So I want to thank everybody for tuning in. I'm Chris. Got my man Matt. We brought Sosa back. We're waiting on Chris. She's supposed to be here. So when she gets here, you know what I'm saying, we'll introduce her in. And Reek, he'll be coming back in too. My man Teeco here. Bo in the back, you know what I'm saying? So, just want to thank y'all for coming back. We're just going to pick up from some of the, where we left off last time. Well, actually, before we pick up, let's take our shot, you know what I'm saying? Customary.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, let me bring my shit, though. I ain't bring my shot.
Quick.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying?
Hey, look where I'm going to take
Pull up, it's Friday night. You know what I'm saying?
I'm about the glass.
Hey, go ahead. Hey, watch out now, though. That's a big
15 shot glass right there.
All right, man, yeah.
Salute. Appreciate
you know
y'all, man. Salute.
Welcome.
Man. Appreciate y'all.
Woo!
Get you
wine
right
shit, you know what I'm saying? Get you warmed up. What you need? Oh. Thank you. All right. So yeah, like I said, we'll start off where we left off last week. Last episode, we was talking about the whole the top G, Andrew Tate's, Kevin Samuels, that whole red pill, whatever you want to call it. Jordan Peterson, all those guys, and what I wanted to kind of lead off with was how we were talking about how everyone has a message that they're trying to put out there, right? And you can take the positive aspects of someone's message. It doesn't mean you have to be 100% everything that they're for. That's what you're for too. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like the culture we're in now, where it's like all or nothing with everyone. You know what I'm saying? So if this person is saying this, even though they might have some positive aspects, people want to tie you to everything, even the negative characteristics or things you might not agree with, per se. So. We wanted to just kind of dead that, especially with, what we got going on with the podcast now, and the message we're trying to convey is not any kind of misogyny or toxic, all those buzzwords or anything like that. We give our points of view. We hear the points of views of the women, other men. You know what I'm saying? The way we might say we want to do things isn't going to be for everybody. You know what I'm saying? But we're here with this forum to listen to everybody's, the different points of view, and then, people watching at home, everyone can make your own decisions about what you want to do, you know what I'm saying, in life. So,
so I was just, because you're never going to agree with 100% of what anybody says. So, just saying, because you support someone, we say, oh yeah, you fuck with Andrew Tate, you fuck with Jordan Peterson, you fuck with whoever it may be. The same with anyone. If you support someone, you might 80% of the things that they're saying, you may be in agreement with. The other 20%, whatever, but the overall mission, I think, is more important. Mm-hmm. So when you're looking at certain people and they're pushing certain narratives, whatever that may be, I know, for instance, like I said, Andrew Tate, Jordan Peterson, certain people, they're pushing more traditional narratives, and that's looked at as a terrible thing now for some reason. Mm-hmm. That if you're a traditional man, things that 15 years ago, if you said the same shit 15 years ago, nobody bats an eye. If you say it now it's a big problem. Now, sometimes the people go crazy, yeah, and they'll say some wild shit. It don't mean you agree with everything everybody say, but in general, like I said, I know me, Chris, and, anyone that's a traditional person will probably be in agreement with the type shit that we're talking about. Mm-hmm. But one of the other things that kind of ties into, the shit that they talk about is, I feel like there's a huge attack on, it's wild as shit. I want to say on men, but it's more on masculinity. You know what I mean? And it's almost looked at as a bad thing. Not almost looked at as a bad thing. It is looked at as a bad thing. If you're a sucker and you're just going for shit, that's almost like what we've transformed most men into. They can't say their opinion. Mm-hmm. If they feel some kind of way about something, it's like, oh, you're a misogynist because you want somebody who look good and who do this and who cook and clean. You just want somebody who's a slave. Completely overlooking all the other shit that's involved in that. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And if you want, and it's just wild to me, and like I said, chime in whenever y'all want, that a traditional relationship is something that I feel like the man being the leader of that, he's the one taking care of shit. Somehow it got twisted into now the man is the leader of the relationship. He's the one, if you have a traditional relationship and he's the head of the household, he's doing shit, he's handling business, he's doing whatever it takes. That's somehow looked at as you oppressing a woman. You handling your shit, being the leader of your shit. Somebody coming to the house, you're the one going to do the shit. If ain't enough food to eat that night, whatever, you're gonna be one out to play. Y'all go ahead and eat. I'm gonna figure some shit out. Yeah. Whatever. Being a leader doesn't mean that you're going around bullying people. It means is that you're the one that's taking accountability for everything that's going on in this situation. And men are the ones that take on that role, and you're still looked at in a wild way. Like I said, it's the way that the traditional aspects of relationships are being looked at these days. It's just wild as shit to me, because you're literally taking care of a woman, saying, look, you don't got to worry about shit. All you got to do is follow my lead. If you can follow my lead, we gonna handle this shit. Mm-hmm. And that's looked at as some, like, yo, you don't have to worry about all this other shit. Me saying I'm handling shit is somehow oppressing that. It's oppressive somehow. Yeah. And I don't know how it got there. You know what I'm saying? That don't make sense to me. Where it's saying like, yo, you don't have to worry about this. You don't have to worry about that. You be a good mother. You be a good nurturer. You do all type of shit that's also super valuable in a in a dynamic of a relationship. Mm-hmm. Super valuable. What women do, we need that. Because you're not bringing home the bacon doesn't mean that you being a mother isn't a valuable part of our. Someone got to be a mother. Someone got to raise the kids. Someone got to be home and take care of this shit. Mm-hmm. And so somehow society they've convinced people that if you do that, that's not valuable. Mm-hmm. And that's complete bullshit. So when you say you want a more traditional thing, you want to, somebody who's going to take care of the kids, blah, 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 handle woman shit, I'm going to handle man shit, that's looked at as a bad thing somehow. And somehow, like, women getting credit for them doing their part of raising the family, and it's looked at as a bad thing. But I feel like it's women that do that. Like, women are the ones that start that shit, where it's like, oh, you just at home all day? Like, bruh.
Hold on, Sosa, let me get what you, let's get what you got to say about that, because you was coming in at the end of that, Joe, last time.
Because I saw you was real passionate.
Yeah.
But I think you touched on a few points that I agree with. I don't think they attacking the traditional relationship as much as they attack the things that don't benefit them.
They don't benefit.
You know what I'm saying? So
okay.
They'll you the leader. Go handle that. Go do that. You know what I'm saying? Mow the line. Make sure this is taken care of. Yeah, do that. But no, I'm not gonna cook and clean and all.
Do all this other shit.
I go to work too. Things like that. They like to pick and choose what they want to support and not support.
So do you feel like? Go ahead. No, go ahead.
And then also it goes in a masculinity, and that goes in a patriarchy. Mm-hmm. To where all the issues, everything has to have a villain. So you look at everything, it's like, why is everything like this? Why do women not feel safe? Why is there so much crime? Yeah. Why is there gun violence? You know what? It's patriarchy. And
it's an easy cop out. Yeah, easy cop out.
Like, just something to point at and sneer at. Like, if it was this way, everything would be better.
Yeah, it's easy. I mean, if it was easier that way.
It's the whole shaming thing where, like, that's the big thing in society now. It's like that shit is weaponized, where it's like, I'm shaming you for something that you don't do that I.
Well, because it make you feel better.
Exactly.
That's what it is.
I did my part.
Exactly.
Yeah. And you doing your part is you saying some dumb shit on Twitter. Like, you ain't even do shit.
How many likes I got?
But because we got some more guests in the house.
Yeah. Aaron. She coming in with a gracious entrance, you know what I'm saying?
You know what I'm saying? It's like
never late, you know what I'm saying? Always on time. What's going on? Oh, what's up, man? How you doing? Oh, my man, what's up, bro? How you doing, man?
What's happening? Hey, you coming in on the attack on? Hey, you came in at the attack on masculinity. You know what I'm saying? So
we was going in.
We digging in.
No, but that.
But so look, what I was gonna say is, do you feel like that women are upholding their end of the bargain? Like you're saying, you'll go home, do your shit. That's like, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. You want to be traditional, except for when it goes against what you want to do in terms of jumps. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like generally speaking, they hold up their end, but when you get online, you look online, like, hold on, you a grown.
So you feel like, generally speaking, jokes uphold their end of the bargain with being, like, in the feminine aspect, like what we're doing right now. You feel like, in general, they hold up their end of the bargain with their holding up their end of the bargain? And I'm not saying men do. I'm not saying men do either. There's a lot of people that Like if the man's not leading the shit, none of this shit's possible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If the man's not leading the shit, if he don't set boundaries and do his shit, none of this shit we're talking about is possible. If you out here fucking around doing anything, you can't have no demands. You don't got no time. If you ain't setting boundaries, if you ain't implementing shit, then you can't have no say so in this.
I'll say it like this: we live in an area where most of a lot of the women we're around are hard working, 6 figure, career women.
For sure.
But when I go other places and see, it's like it's like the '90s again.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Shit, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
Yeah. In the 90s, that's 30 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
But here though, you like, now it depends on the type of person you are. Some people might value the financial aspect a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Some like, it depends on the man. Some man is like, yo, I don't care if you make money or not. As long if you bring in the woman shit that I need. Because the thing is, I mean, to me, it comes down to just having a compliment. Like, to me, it's not a wild thing to say like, yo, okay, I'm on this type of time. I don't want somebody on the same exact time as I'm on.
Mm-hmm.
But somehow that gets lost. Like, why? You don't want somebody that does this, does that. Like, yo, like I'm handling all that. I don't need that. That's not the piece that I need to complete what I got going on. I need a soft spot to come to when I come home. There's certain, you know what I'm saying? It's different. So I don't need someone like, oh, I come home, this bitch make 100,000. That don't got nothing to do with me coming home to a soft. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. We transitioning. Hold on.
Niggas just want appreciation for real.
That's all.
Hold on.
So that's what I'm saying. All that money shit, man.
Before we transition back to that,
guy you on.
before we transition back, because that's the whole money, the broke women, the rich. Because I watched it. The last episode. I've watched it a couple times now. There's a couple things that I feel like were lost. As we were passionately discussing, it needs to be cleared up. Okay, so to end the last topic with the that whole red pill everything. At the end of the day, you don't have to agree with 100% of what anybody says. You know what I'm saying? So I remember like when Andrew Tate first got arrested, everybody was like, oh, the biggest thing was, oh, he's gonna make y'all look stupid because this. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, why do we have to tap into like the negativity in everything, like as a society? You know what I'm saying? That's one of the biggest aspects, like what we're trying to do with this podcast is just to point out a lot of stuff, this negativity, just trying to find out where that source of just anger and resentment comes from. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got Donald Trump on the wall here. That don't mean that I'm going out there grabbing pussy and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's certain you know what I'm saying? But there's certain things that I do. There's certain things, man. Like, I'm the type of person, like, I like to find the positivity in situations, right? Or in people. So like,
well, because you don't mind people having their own opinion. That's why you can do that. A lot of people, if their opinion differs, now it's a problem. Because we don't. For you, it's like, yo, I like to hear different opinions. I like to hear what people have to say about shit. Everybody.
Because that's important. Yeah. That's important. That's what I just think is the fundamental problem with people, like society, is that everybody just takes themselves way too seriously. Mm-hmm. Like, we all just have this huge, overinflated fucking ego about ourselves, and it's like, if everybody was just a little bit more humble, then okay, that's why we don't listen to each other. People.
But why can't folks take opinions though? Like, it's because you can have an opinion, like the same way we talk about the Lakers, whatever. Okay, cool. That's your opinion. Cool. This is your opinion.
Because sometimes the opinion it's a lot of different
change people. The desire to make that opinion.
Exactly. You
can see, but then it turns into anger. From there a lot of the time. Oh, yeah. And so it feels like an attack where like we were talking about it earlier, where if someone let's say someone has a preference, they say, look, I personally may not like to date like single mothers or someone with kids, this, that, and the other. Mm-hmm. And now if you're sitting there talking about on the podcast and someone's talking about their preference, some people if you're someone who's a single mother, a lot of the time, or whatever it is, it's not just single mother, whatever topic you're talking about, mm-hmm. that individual person feels attacked by the preference of one random person. Right. Like, this opinion of that person is not an attack on you. It's not an attack on you.
Though, because they can relate
but for some reason it feels like a personal attack.
Because you don't like me.
And now your response is your response is a personal response to a general statement. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
It's a general statement, but it feels less general because it's something that
it applies to you.
It applies to me, so it doesn't always feel like we talk.
But what I'm saying is, when you're talking in generals and you're talking about an individual person's preference. Right. You being someone who sits there and maybe someone sit there and they say, look, I don't fuck with white people, I don't fuck with black people. If you're a white person or a black person sitting there, You may take it something, but it's like, yo, it's their preference.
Right. I think sometimes people feel like there's judgment behind it though when they have.
Well, see, but and the thing is, and it could be, and the thing is, they feel that way. But the problem I feel like with a lot of shit now, whether it be in politics, whether it be with relationships, is that people can't share their true opinions because, like, my opinion is gonna be looked down on. Like, you have an opinion, and I might not look down on yours, and then I have my opinion, and you look down on mine. Right. Because, like, maybe one person is a person who takes shit personal, other person's like, oh yeah, whatever you like, it doesn't bother me. But then it turns into a personal attack. And now it's not going nowhere.
Hold on,
because people feel personally attacked by a general statement of one person in their preference.
Let's hear what Chris got to say.
About preferences.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, it's Chris.
Yeah.
This is the thing about preferences. Everybody has preferences and things they want and things they look for until they don't. Like, you might be put in a situation, you might be the guy that's saying, hey, I would only talk to a woman with no kids. I can't do a woman with no kids, blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Then he meets a girl that he's just so into.
Oh, yeah. Your preference could change, but it still shouldn't offend someone.
But I'm saying this is the thing about why it shouldn't offend you, because it's all fake and circumstantial. Like, you're saying one thing, but the right circumstances might change everything that you may once thought. So when you look at it that way, and you're like, okay, I can either take it as I'm offended that this person said that,
but they don't. No one take it like that. People don't think of it like that.
This guy's just talking because he's in a situation to say that. But
or maybe
the circumstances
that's what he likes, though. Maybe that's just what he likes.
I mean, he might like that, but it's like, what do you really like, though? Like, you only like it because you think you like it.
Okay, so like all that to me is arbitrary. Not to like disregard that, but because whatever your preference is, whoever's sitting, who cares? Like, bro,
my thing is, like, why are you vocally saying it?
Because it's your preference at that specific.
Okay.
But hold on. But if it's your
no, but people say that sometimes to throw shade, though.
Yeah,
people
it's like,
so that's what I think. That's what causes people to be.
Okay, so like now we're going to a whole nother thing. People saying things. I'm just talking about if you're sitting there talking to people, and you genuinely feel like this is their true preference, whether it's for the moment, whether it's because this or that, or maybe because they haven't had anyone like that, whatever the reason is, I'm just saying that your preference shouldn't be attacked. Whatever the reason is for it.
It's could be an attack on somebody.
Okay, but what I'm saying, no, but
that's weird though.
Okay, but like, it's like, yo, like, but the thing is, as a person, like, you're making the whole world about you.
Say this.
That's like a ridiculous view.
You stating my preferences or stating what I like, I feel like I don't need to say it, because what do I need to tell the masses? I don't want a nigga with kids. Like, if I say that, like,
what do you mean if it does come up?
vocally saying this before, I feel like it's different if it comes up in a conversation. I'm like, hey, I really don't want to do a man with kids.
Yeah, I'm talking about a genuine
line, like, men with kids are trash, don't date them.
Of course, there's people that's gonna gaslight. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like in a genuine situation where,
and I think that's the problem.
I'm talking about in a genuine situation.
I think that's the problem is that people get put in that position where there are people like that will weaponize that shit, like, and so it's like you're always in this state where you don't know whether it's really genuine or if it's a person trying to throw. Like, I'll use me for example, right? There's a lot of times, like, you might meet a woman, and you're okay, I'm Nigerian, right? Like, and then you get the, I don't fuck with Nigerian men or whatever. See, personally with me, like, I am in a mind state where I hope that I can be like, okay, she's just saying that to get a rise out of me, because that's really what it be about. Like you said, you don't really have to say it.
Yeah.
Who cares though?
I get it.
It's like their preference.
Nobody actually has a preference for it.
Yeah, it's not real.
Yeah, but it's
okay, but like the fact that people let, like, I'm talking about like, and this even outside of relationships and politics, whatever it is, whatever, and unless they say, if they say some blatantly wild racist shit or some blatantly wild, like some completely against humanity type shit, I just don't understand why people be feeling so attacked, like, oh, I'm a Democrat, I'm a Republican. Okay, cool. Automatic, like, well, it's automatic smoke. But the thing is, I just don't understand. Like, everyone is different. Everyone has their opinion. Whether you have a preference for that moment, and maybe the next day your preference is different, but that night you didn't like skinny bitches, so that night you didn't like them for whatever reason. Right. Whoever's sitting in the room is a skinny bitch. You shouldn't feel no kind of way about that. Who cares, bruh? That's one person that you don't even give a fuck about. You don't care about why. And there's millions of people in the world. The fact that people get so amped up over everyone else's opinion about something.
So what I think,
it's like, bro, you have your opinion, I have mine. Like, what? I'm not angry with you. Like, what the hell you so mad for?
So with that, I think it's also people just learning to control natural human emotions and feelings.
In a perfect environment.
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? Like, for the most part, I think when, it's human nature to be like, to feel a certain kind of way when somebody say their preference isn't something you bring to the table. It's just a, it's a little, it's just a little.
And the thing is, I totally understand all that.
Yeah.
And maybe.
Yeah, you got it.
So,
lights out.
Oh, it's a raid.
Yeah. I think you have to cut it on now.
You got it.
See, but so for me though, I feel like, and maybe it's just a personal it's for my whole life. If I'm in a room with anyone, and I talk to a lot of different youngins, they're like, I don't fuck with white. Last time I literally had Jones Kirk on me, no reason. Might go to talk to him, might be at a spot, whatever. Man, I don't fuck with white people, blah blah blah. Oh, that's cool, bro. Like, you should don't fuck with white people. Like, that's her preference. It's not like I'm not gonna take that personally. I don't know you, I don't care.
But that's shout out to your emotional intelligence.
So that's what I'm saying. So maybe I'm putting that in but when it's a random person that you don't even care about, it's just hard for me to grasp that people can't. Like, yo, just separate from that shit. Like, who cares what their opinion is about?
That's a possible relationship.
Yeah, no, and I understand that because I think I'm thinking of it on a personal level.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like Matt,
because I could be
crazy.
crazy.
That's what I'm saying. Most people aren't. Yeah. Most people having to work through those.
A personal,
They don't
they're
know
on
how
guard.
to channel their emotions. You say, like, for me, saying I don't fuck with white people to a white person is just.
It's an attack. It's a flat out attack. Yeah.
But if we knowing how it's going to be taken.
Yeah.
But we're looking at the larger picture, though. Sometimes that we all want to just take into account of everybody, in their personal stories. There's no telling the trauma that may be associated with
that person that said that exactly.
And that's why I don't care.
Yeah, that's why
when somebody speed on the road, they cut people off. I'm like, yo, cuz his mother might be in the hospital, dog. You try to get to the hospital. Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on, bro. Because if my folks, I be driving like that too, and they be like, look at this asshole. Be like, bro, you don't. I totally agree. And also what you said, where you're looking at things in a perfect world, how things should be. Right. But emotions are a part of things, and emotions just get caught up in. But I think it's a small point we talk, whatever. Like, it's whatever. But
it's life lessons. It's life lessons because you're trying to teach people how to deal with those. You don't need to be offended by it, though. You live a way more happy life, dog.
Today, talking about that racial type shit, today I learned myself a lesson too. Type shit. I'm not gonna white old ladies door. You need to.
My man got Karen today, you know what I'm saying? First Karen experience.
That's what she said.
And that was the first door I knocked on the floor. So I had 3 doors more to knock on type shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm knocking on these other doors 5 minutes later while I'm talking to a man that I was trying to sell water to type shit.
My man Teeco, you know what I'm saying? Y'all can't see me off camera. But you know what I'm saying? He experienced some racial shit today.
Right. Yeah, like I'm like it's 2023 type shit, bro. Like I'm talking Spanish to this guy, so I could hear my guy at the police, man, was also like I don't really know, but he wasn't really American either.
Oh.
So like he really understood me once I got to, you know what I'm saying? Like and
so
then
he could relate.
Yeah, I even took a picture with him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey,
that's just about to go viral. You already can't be taking pictures with the ops.
I was going to just not to go back on it.
Yeah, no, for sure.
I had read something today that was interesting on this topic that when you deal with people who send out them backhanded compliments, rude insult type of stuff, you should ask them 3 words. Are you okay?
Oh, are you okay to be hurting people?
Yeah, because
that works. I learned that from customers.
And I totally agree. If we're talking about in the context of you're having a conversation with someone and they bring that up like that, like for instance the one that I brought up when they're like, y'all don't fuck with people. I totally agree. Okay, then if you're saying it, you're trying to say it in a hurtful way. Yeah. I'm more or less saying it if you're in an environment and you might just be there shooting the shit, you might be with your friend, whatever, and somebody say something that you don't agree with in whatever way. It can be dudes, bitches, whatever. Yeah. However you know what I'm saying, how whatever group of people it is. people be feeling like, and it could not be meant to. I'm talking about at a time where it's not meant to be a direct shot.
Yeah.
But then people will hear that shit and they'll take it personal. But I totally agree. If you're getting into someone and they throw some shit like that, I totally agree with that. But I'm more or less talking about in a time where it's not even necessarily directed at you. It's not necessarily meant to be a slight. And people feel some kind of way, but I guess that's an arbitrary, whatever. It's not necessarily.
So that's a big trauma show. Lesson number 50, is it 56 maybe or 55? I don't know. But
y'all got a whole Bible.
So when someone is trying to like hurt you, right? So like when that girl says, "Oh, I don't fuck with Nigerian men," to me, or I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like when they're trying to hurt me, like me giving them that reaction that they want of being upset, it shit ruining my day, now we're getting into it, that's like a double win for them. You know what I'm saying? Like their intention when they said that shit was to get you riled up. So when you get riled up, it's like you walk right into the fucking trap, and now y'all might get into it, all that negative energy, like even that little interaction is gonna drain you a little bit, you know what I'm saying? It could cause, some other shit. So that's what we try to teach people is like, yo, it's human to be upset when somebody throws some shade shit or tries to, you know what I'm saying? But you getting older, people get more mature, you have to try to think on a higher level because those little interactions could lead into some other shit or it could just fuck you up, you know what I'm saying? So that's life lesson number 55. Don't give those people that justification, you know what I'm saying? When they throwing that shade, don't give them the justification of even if that shit hurt like a motherfucker.
Because but who cares if other people don't you all be worried?
Yeah,
about
but people are human. But people are human. I can't fault. I can't fault somebody for crying if somebody's like, "Oh, you're ugly, you're trash."
Sometimes,
you know what I'm saying?
Like this lady today, I don't blame her. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I don't really blame her.
Maybe somebody not going to go selling shit, they robbed her.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's what he was saying about the trauma. Like somebody could be. A shorty could have got scammed by 3 Nigerian men. You know what I'm saying? So that's why as people, you just gotta not be, don't have a big head about yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not about, and even if it's about you, trust me, that negative energy that you about to get into with that person is not even really worth it. Like, you gonna start wrecking. Y'all niggas is, in their 30s, y'all gonna throw fisticuffs because the man say he don't like Nigerians.
Well,
like, you know what I'm saying?
Start telling people I'm Nigerian.
Yeah, my man 20, so he be there with 2 against 1. You know what I'm saying? So
I got a question.
Hey, 20% Nigerian.
I won't say
O'Shea.
But has it ever been a time where a young nigga was like, "Oh, I don't fuck with Nigerian men," but you still ended up bagging her or hollering at her anyway?
Honestly, yeah. So I get the flirting technique I get is like the opposite, where women say the opposite shit, right, of whatever's going on. So if she comes in the car and she say, "Yeah, you're not. I hope you ain't getting no pussy tonight."
Probably fucking.
I'm getting pussy tonight. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's the flirtation.
Like, why
shit
you bring that up?
So like when a girl says,
I'm not even thinking about that.
"Hey,
no,
look,"
but Jones will say that, and but that is code word for if you probably gonna get some pussy.
It's really,
it really is.
And you know what? I don't blame women because I know it's a sidetrack, but that's a good test to a man's character. Because some niggas will fall for that little stupid test. And
why would you say that?
And now they acting all different. Now they think they not gonna get the she was just, you know what I'm saying. So I think that's where that also comes from. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, for me, bro, it's shit. Yeah, bro, there be so many women test you so much, bro. It's cause like the whole thing is like it all ties together, right? When we talking about trying to control your emotions, right? And as men. Like, literally, that's what makes you a man, bro. You don't get to just run wild in your emotional space, bro. And I know it hurts, you know what I'm saying, to say, because we're in society right now, it's this thing going around, men be more, open and compassionate and, cry in front of your girl and all that. Man, look, the way I look at it,
setting folks up
it's just setting people up because it's like, it sounds good, but that's for women. And that's what we're here for, is to help them manage that, being able to control themselves in that emotional space. Because we can't just move around and just talk crazy and do crazy shit. We have to move logically, not logically, but in a
That's why we fuck up many times.
And that's what a woman needs. That's what women need men for. The dude said it. Somebody said it out. He said it fire as shit. It was like women keep us. Women keep us emotionally like. grounded and we keep them logically grounded or some shit like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's all about the yin and the yang. You know what I'm saying? It's literally all about the yin and yang. So like, what you
they
might
trying to figure together yang and yang.
Yeah,
Like, bro, no, I need the yang and the yang.
and it's good to be the yang.
Come on, man.
It's good to be. That's the whole thing
Yeah,
about.
but sometimes we have a lot of like black side of the white too, cause sometimes we might be too motherfucking intelligent to just not give a fuck about the emotions. So we just might treat a girl wrongly, type shit.
Yeah.
Us being right, just did wrong by treating that girl wrong.
Okay. Yeah.
Because we were not intelligent with our emotions. I've experienced that before.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
That comes with more experiences.
Right, it's
too,
like
yeah.
all a repetitive cycle. You know what I'm saying?
But we got to this point, and it's man's fault. The same way that
It will always be our
I'm
fault.
trying to tell you,
It's man's fault. Yeah,
It's man's fault.
Nah, but look, I'm gonna tell you why it's man's fault that it got here. I'm gonna tell you why. It's man's fault for allowing this shit to go down. Like, folks who be allowing the shit to just happen, not put their foot down, let Jones run all over. Like, we're in this spot for a reason. All society tells people is like, yeah, be a nice guy, do this, show your blah 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 blah, this that and the other. You're creating relationships where women don't respect the man whatsoever, and men think that's what they want. They think. So, like I said, it's completely our fault or men's fault. If you have a junk who doesn't know how to act, that's your fault, bruh.
Right.
You didn't set boundaries, whether that boundary is you telling her don't do that shit again or whatever terms it's on, you have some type of boundaries where if this shit continues, it's over with.
Yeah.
So if you're with a junk who constantly disrespecting you, that's your fault, bruh.
Mm-hmm.
Men are in. We're in this.
What if as a man you don't consider that disrespect?
That's on you then. If you don't consider.
So that's not what happens.
If you don't.
It is disrespect, but what happens is that's all they can get. So when you're in a position when that's all you can get, you gonna let anything ride, and that's why I don't really get mad because that's why
you pick your jump. You set the boundaries with your jump.
A lot of niggas are like,
if you don't do that, that's your fault. You picked the trash jump and you accepting the shit she doing.
Yeah, a lot of guys
that's
are in
your
that
fault, bro. No, because I'm saying
having the preferences and the things that you like or don't like, the things that you do or don't.
Sometimes like get bossed around, yeah.
So some people that's just maybe the way they operate.
No, and that's great.
Everybody can't be the same.
No, and that's
We know that, yeah.
And that's fully accounted for.
He's right. He's right.
There's plenty of people. Nah, there's people that I know that is better.
Like, I need a mother.
Yeah, nah,
no. Who will tell me what to do.
Completely. Nah, and the thing is,
freaks.
Hey, so look, nah.
They some freaks.
But the thing is, that's great. See, but look, hey guys, hold on. Yeah, we got like, hold on. So, nah, but like, we're not talking about necessarily like those type situations.
And a lot of women who like to nurture and just take care of their man.
But we're talking about. But listen. We're talking about people that are complaining about that now. So they be like, women are trash. Blah 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 blah. I have friends that are like that. People are like, yo, it's good that they're with a youngin' who's more on top of shit. That's a good thing for them. I'm talking about people that. Those aren't the people that are complaining though. People getting in the job like, I got a trash jump, man.
But why is that?
It's their fault.
It's that you shouldn't be with because that's not
that's what I'm saying.
So whose fault is that?
It's the man's fault.
Exactly.
It's our fault.
Hold on,
Hold
on, bro. Did you miss the whole beginning? You missed the whole beginning of me saying it's our fault.
It's our
fault.
As soon as there, hold on, can y'all let me finish? As soon as there's something that's not going the way that you want with the shit to go, you have that boundary, whether it's break up with them, whether it's say, look, I don't like the way this is going in terms of this. Like, this is not the type of time I'm on. Something that you really feel some kind of way about. Yeah. If you set that boundary and if it keep happening, you don't let her walk, it's on you, bro. It's your fault. You're accepting this behavior. So just men letting Jones run wild, there's too many yes men out here. Not say too many, because if that's the way you trying to get boxed, that's cool. That doesn't affect me. I'm not going to be that type of person. But what I'm saying is it's a man's fault. And that's what I'm saying. Some people, being a yes man gets them to that. And they're cool with being a yes man.
That's their lane.
And that's completely fine. I'm talking about people that are complaining about their outcome.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah,
that's what I'm talking about. People, I'm saying, that's what I'm saying. It's your fault.
What happens is
it's your fault. I'm not talking about
settle for situations. They settle for
that they can get.
Then they scared to lose that situation.
And that's on you. Take accountability as a man.
Up aggression. They gotta express it somewhere. Man, these bitches out
that's how. That's what. But look, but that's what I'm saying.
All right, boo,
yeah, exactly. See, but the thing is, you can text, but look, you can text. You can text, all right, I'll be there, but just know what that is.
Hey, I'm tired of this.
And we have like way too much going on. So, but you just have to know what that is. If Shorty's still hitting you up, all right, you can get up with her, but know what category to put her in. Don't put her in I'm trying. Be with her. So my point is, the whole point behind it is I feel like it's if you don't have somebody who's on your type time, you chose her, you're the one that set the boundaries for the shit. You're the boss in the joint, or you're the one that's leading the shit. If you're so-called want to be a leader and you can't even have somebody, that's your fault for letting the shit go this long. That's on you, bruh. People marry Jones, they have no business marrying, they get married like, damn, being married sucks. All right, because you picked a Jones that you know disrespects you, and you don't like that shit, and you let it ride.
I think
if you're letting that shit go, that's your fault, bro.
Hold up,
you know what I'm saying?
So
same with women. Same with women. No matter who you are, you're accepting what the fuck people are doing. You don't like cuz does this.
I'm gonna play the devil's advocate.
Don't accept it then. Get the fuck out of there. It's your fault.
So I think what that is a majority of the time is, and this is what I try to tell men too when it comes to like when you're in relationships, the whole like your girl versus your friends type shit, right? So what happens is a lot of times, right, dudes want to just hang out with their girl for the night, right? But they don't want to say that, right? So they'll be like, man, my girl tripping, man. You know what I'm saying? So it makes your girl the villain.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? And I be telling niggas like, if you don't want to go out, you can say you don't want to go out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are niggas gonna fry you? You ain't never been fried by your friends before? Yeah. And that's what I'm saying. But I'm just saying, it makes things so much it makes things so much worse because it turns like the like your girl versus your friends, and it becomes this whole thing. At the end of the day, it's okay. We need to create a space. It's okay. If you want to chill with your girl for the night, whatever, and you want to come and vent, then say that. Be like, hey man, I'm just venting, dog. I love that Joe, dog. She got that whip wop, man. You know what I'm saying? That's what you know what I mean? That's what niggas value. You know what I'm saying? So like, a nigga will be in a horrible situation.
Value whip wop or 98.
But niggas, and you know what? Niggas literally have the board. Niggas will have the board, and they're going through the pros and cons. So the con is I won't get any more pussy. The pro is I have my dignity and respect. And niggas be like,
on what's more important. Hey, that's what
I'm saying. If you don't get
the opinion thing, if I don't care about your opinion,
that's cool. See, that's cool, but then don't complain.
Yeah.
If you in a good situation and you like whatever it is that you got going on, you like when your girl come home and berate you and do whatever. No. What I'm saying.
That's what be happening though. That's what be happening.
Okay. So I'm not. But I'm okay. So I'll take it to something less drastic. I just mean, she's kind of like the leadership. She's like, no, you're not doing this. You're like, okay, cool. I don't no problem. You don't really, if you're on that's completely, bro. Like you got to go in your lane. If you was trying to be on some super traditional shit or whatever type of time you're on, it doesn't fit your lane.
Yeah.
It's not a good look.
But I
should really
respect,
be yourself and do whatever lane it fits.
But I respect niggas that'll say that.
All this complaining ain't come from people that got what they want. If you got what you want, you're not the ones online. You're not complaining.
Mm-hmm.
But there's too many people complaining. I'm like, yo, y'all ain't taking y'all picking these trash ass people.
But don't
you get to complain when you work out?
Does what
happen? Complain all the time.
Don't you get to complain when you in the gym though?
I know, and that's what I'm trying to tell them. I'm trying to tell them niggas complain sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
They divorce rate, you gotta agree.
Nah, but I'm talking about like they like hate your life type. Like, bro, you the one that's like, I don't like this shorty be doing this. Like, bro,
man, if niggas girlfriends can hear the tapes,
people like
if niggas girlfriends can hear the tapes of what the niggas say with the boy, that shit will be
right, bro. FBI exposed that shit. Hey,
so you don't play?
I said how many?
Hey, yo, listen.
Let it go.
Hold on.
That happens a lot.
Go ahead.
Like you were gonna ask.
I just feel like maybe because I'm not so demanding, like I just don't really see how it happens so often.
You're an anomaly.
All right,
okay?
now
Let's give her an award. She's understanding. You're an anomaly. You're special. Okay.
Y'all make it seem like she's like, no, you can't have no friends.
That happens. Yes, that happens.
And I'm like, why would you ever get in a relationship?
The pussy.
That?
I just told you.
No, he said, like you said, it's pride. It's pride.
Yeah, it is.
For some people it is, and that's cool.
Hold up.
Look, if it's
really?
No, for some
pussy's
people
literally a single drive. Pussy is why niggas fucking went to the moon, pussy's
You never
wild,
heard the power of the people as
jump from the
why?
fucking free throw
That's why
line.
motherfucker in the world
What are you
just
talking about?
fine.
Everything.
I'm saying,
Niggas literally do everything for pussy.
Yo, I wanna
The
say
whole
something.
world is
That's
this is right now.
Let Teeco go ahead.
Yeah, nah. Like, if you're king and you pick the wrong queen, your motherfucking castle gonna fall and you know what I'm saying?
Well,
And bust. Type
That's a
shit.
Nigerian proverb.
But
They must have told them in Costa Rica that joke.
Listen.
It went
No,
right by
I
water.
just thought about it.
Oh, it's an
You
old
know what I'm
Nigerian
saying?
proverb, man.
But
You
now
know what I'm
listen,
saying?
now
Like they cut
listen.
off the internet from Nigeria, like you can get.
My bad, go ahead.
Hey yo, now listen. Most of my people in Costa Rica are young, like they're my age.
Yeah.
And when they get around girls and they call them, they all be complaining. I've been there, bro. They all complain.
Damn, so this happens to this happens in the niggas be in the
Every
old
time,
home,
bro,
old
every
folks
time,
home.
bro. I'm 19. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm
man, he just-
20.
19, you supposed to complain about girls. When this way,
You know, I got time.
We got niggas
But hold on, let's keep it real. At
You
19,
got kids,
what do
right?
you really have in common with another girl anyway?
But
Look, he's just living the wild life.
But isn't it funny that he's talking about 19, that age group, but niggas be 49, 39, it's still the same shit.
Complain about two different types
Hold
of
on, but
things.
also
Niggas complain, it be the
Hold on,
same shit.
I said that because my dudes maybe not into so many Jones type
Yeah,
shit.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah.
saying? So they
Hold on.
not know that. You
Let's
know
not,
what I'm
hold on.
saying?
But I'm not talking about like,
Time
of
and
course,
attention.
hey, but like, of course, people. I'm not necessarily talking about someone just saying like, oh, young and like it be some little dumb shit. Like, of course, people like to bring shit, oh, young and blah blah blah. You bring up some dumb shit. I'm talking about fundamental core value shit. Like, yo, y'all are fighting each other and shit. I'm talking about core.
yeah, that's
So you know what I'm saying? I'm not. Of course, people like to come over like, man, shorty be like, wow, man, she want me to go to this jump with her, she want me, whatever, some little fluke shit, whatever. But
Yeah.
I'm talking about core value shit that you're letting ride. When you're letting like to break it the whole way down, core value shit that you feel some kind of way about. You know what I'm saying? That's on you. But like I said, but the same, like y'all got a lot of power with what y'all got. So like, man, be like, all right,
It's a great balance.
some people give up that dignity and respect for that, and that's cool. If you're cool with that trade-off. When you're more of a traditional person, you're not cool with that trade-off. Like, I'm not cool with that trade-off. I'm good. Like I'm not putting.
No, it's
like,
it's a
I'm
fire
just-
balance. Like, and the thing about it that blows me so much is that like the whole gender wars and the female oppression and all this shit. Bro, women are so fucking powerful, young. Woman has so much more power than a slap ass dude, and I don't be understanding the shit like.
It's insecurity. They
Yo,
feel
that
like
shit
not
blows me
secure
because
themselves
I mean,
enough
Nah, that shit be
I don't-
blowing me,
I don't
because
fuck-
women have like, especially like in the black community, like,
Yeah.
I know we going a little bit off, but like, this is a joke I always been saying, like,
Tell 'em.
I went to fucking college,
Tell them.
and it was a lot of women in my classes. It wasn't a lot of niggas in there. All the niggas, we was playing sports or something, you know what I'm saying? Be a random black in here, there, but for the most,
It was all youngers in my
all
all
youngins.
three of the colleges I went
all
to.
youngins.
All
So
youngers.
like women have just
like
been
4 dudes.
slowly like advancing and advancing, and it's like the frustration is coming from men is like, yo, we don't have no fucking power, B. Like it's not a boys club. We don't check in and give each other a wink.
When you say we
It's
don't have
like-
power, you mean in which way? Like in terms
I'm talking
of
about like at the end of the day, we're all being oppressed by the same. Like I said, the man is the apex predator. There's a man sitting at the top of the fucking hill. There's always gonna be a man there, always, and he oppresses men and women. It's not just women that he's oppressing. He's oppressing men too. And the difference is when it's between me and that guy that's at the top, the woman has way more value. If we're both the same, we like.
well, the same jump. You have to build your
At the
value.
end of the
They're
day-
born with value.
They have the value of you're a jump.
Yeah, that's what I'm
And at the
saying.
end of the
They're
day,
born
if it's
with it. You
if
have
it's
to build it.
Exactly.
If you want to get in the same room, you have to build some shit up. She could just be bad.
she
and,
can be
you know,
bad. If I'm the most talented person, and that's the whole thing.
So what?
But I don't get mad at that though.
You
If
said that's
I-
not. You don't think that's true? That's not true.
So you're telling me that if I have the
That's 100%
same
true.
hold up, if I have this, we're in sales, right? I'm in sales with a woman, and we both have the same amount of sales, right? She's super attractive, right? And it's between me and her, and the person that's making the decision above us is a man. The notion that I'm somehow the one with the advantage in that situation, and like women make it seem like it's universal.
But
Like
that's
in
what I'm
every,
saying, but that's equal, same credentials. What I'm saying is, if you had higher credentials than this woman who's just bad, she's not gonna get picked just because she's bad.
well, that's not true. That's actually more likely though, and that's what I'm saying.
Right.
There's more likely that she could still get picked.
That's bad business.
That's bad business, and that's why y'all.
Pussy though. People.
Wait a minute.
That's why why you just said?
Hold on, let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
Go ahead.
Please let him go. Please let him
I'm gonna
go.
come back. Go ahead.
Please, guys, Chris, hold on, let him go.
If I may, if anything, y'all have to understand that's good business, because that's the whole reason why they are picked, is because that they understand that the demographic that they are serving is
Horny man.
You don't have fat people doing Weight Watchers. You know what I mean? You got people who like the Rock.
But you already said this is a top-notch seller. He's already been proven capable to sell anything.
No, but we
Versus
said
the youngin'
both
just-
people. No, they said they
No,
both
he's
equal.
saying the same. That doesn't.
But I'm
that
above
makes
both of them.
sense.
They're the
Of course,
same
I'm going to
person.
choose the
I'm above
attractive
both of
one.
them.
So we are
But I'm
arguing.
talking about being above.
I'm just saying that the power that the woman
You're
has
not
in
gonna
that
pick a woman
situation.
just because she's bad.
That happens,
That's
but
what
what we're saying is that happens all the
It
time.
depends on what you're selling.
But also,
we sell it.
That's, yeah.
But we're also saying that the person above is the one making the decision here. Like the nigga above both of y'all. So like he don't need both of y'all. Like he can easily still make money and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the difference. Like when you're in a position where that apex predator is gonna be so much divided from the rest of us, right? Niggas can make that decision on oh I just want to fuck her, as opposed to who's the more skilled. Is what I tell women all the time because I've seen this shit happen. It happens like, and it's okay. I don't complain and be like, oh man, the women holding us down because they're our bosses are above us are horny fucking dickheads. No, I just be like that's just how life is. But when it's on the other side, like we had no part in the female oppression. You know, I have women that call me misogynistic, and the shit blows me. And I'm like, how do you even say a word like that? And this rant. I'm getting there. I'm powering up with my rant.
Get there.
Okay. But
Oh,
it's
Go
like,
easy.
right.
Hey, no, go easy.
it's like my whole thing is like, okay, and I made this analogy and y'all gonna be weak, right?
Okay.
And just tell me if y'all think it's a good analogy, right? So I was called misogynistic, right?
How dare you?
So I said, this is a while ago, right?
Oppressive.
So my response was like, you saying that I'm misogynistic, right? And you are involved with me, right? Like, you know me, relationship-wise, with friends, whatever. We have a, you know what I'm saying, right? That would be like a Jew
Oh God, please.
fucking with Hitler and being like, calling him out on that shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like,
But you suck
he
on
hates
me, though.
Hitler hates Jews. Misogynists hate women. So like, if I'm with you,
It's the same.
how could I be with you if?
Hey yo, listen.
I mean, it's a while.
Anytime you put down any boundary, you're a misogynist. Anytime you put down any boundaries,
But-
anything you like, you're a misogynist.
So what you saying? All misogynists are gay?
What?
hey.
No, that's what. Because he said, how can I be with you if I'm a misogynist?
Oh no! What I meant is.
Hey, you twisted the whole tortilla around.
It's a question. I'm trying to.
No. Okay, that's a good
One
question.
plus one equals four.
What I meant was the way that the experience that I had with that particular person, the experiences. So like the things that I've done, like what action have I ever done towards you that would say that I hate women? Is the point I meant? Yeah.
And you know me.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about even like a sexual or whatever. I'm talking about like any kind, like your friend, coworker, like someone you're interacting with that's interacting with you in a positive way, and they like it's such a powerful word to say that like and I don't. What does it mean? Does it mean you hate all women? So like, what if you love your mom?
The first thing you should do is establish what that definition of misogynistic.
Yeah, what does it mean? Like,
so that I know, so we both can operate on the same plane.
So what is the So does anybody know the universal blend like for
Listen,
it? It's the hate of women. I know it's the hate of women.
The universal shit is that I think that there is really no word to it. It's just a feeling. You know what I'm saying? It's just a feeling that cannot be described.
Well, women have a lot of feelings, so anyone's massaging.
That
You like,
motherfuckers on
I want to
wars
watch the game. You massaging this.
trying to prove
You don't watch
that they
WNBA.
I'm saying,
You
but-
massaging this. Like, shut up, yo.
Hold on, but at the end of the day,
It be our fault, though. I'm telling you, all this shit come down to our fault.
and that's
You gotta like try, man.
no,
it's your
but
fault, bro.
it is our fault, and that's.
we can touch our feelings. That's the type shit we are.
Oh, what you saying? What you
Y'all
saying?
gotta get some better women.
You keep
Y'all
saying
hang
get some
around
better women.
No.
Clearly, you guys' experience have been.
No, that
terrible.
no.
Oh, shade of women.
Hearing
No, that's the point. No, the point is
the
filtering.
experience
Nah, but the
sounds
point.
like-
So listen,
But listen, hold on.
listen.
Teeco, hold on 1 second. The point is filtering through all that. So it's not necessarily. It's not bad experiences. You just meet someone. Y'all might not be on the same accord in terms of things, that boundaries that you may have, shit that she may have that you don't really fuck with, whatever the case may be. And then whenever it gets to that, then it's over with. It's not like a necessarily like a bad situation. Like, oh, this was a horrible. It's just saying that, okay, certain things happen. We're not meant to be. We tried it out, and now you move to the next
And
one.
that's okay.
So I'm not saying like it's a horrible thing. People not agreeing with each other or not necessarily getting married after being together for so much time doesn't mean it was like a hard. At least for me. Like, I'm glad all the relationships I was in, I learned from. I'm glad I was in them. I feel like I learned things. The people, I wish the best for all the people that I was in the Jones with. I was with them for a long time. And, you know, they at least was doing something right, and I enjoyed my time with them. So in no way am I saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying that as you filter through, then eventually you're gonna, when you set your preferences, you have your boundaries, you enforce it, you can find something you like.
Yeah.
But
So,
I just feel
and
like
you're just-
men
and-
in general are just.
But do you
not
understand? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
So
I
it's not
feel
a
like-
bad thing.
But I feel like you guys are just not happy
And it's-
with women in general.
But
Like, I was literally.
Okay, okay.
So wait, no, in what way?
Let's get to
Yeah, let it go. Let it finish. So like in what?
Wait.
Like, but Chris, in what way? In what way aren't they happy?
I'm
You're
about to
saying,
tell
man.
you. I'm about to tell you an example. I was
Yeah.
literally in the this piece wing. What do you call it? America's Best
Wingstop.
Wings. Nah, America's Best Wings. And it was two dudes there sitting having a conversation. It was the one guy's birthday just passed. He's like, bro, how much
What
your
age
gir-
was they?
They look like my age.
Okay.
Like, he's like, bro, how much your girl spent on your birthday? He was like, oh, I think she did drop off 15. And he was like, what? Nah, bro, that's a red flag. He said, what you mean? He was like, cause if she doing that, she would do that for any nigga. And he was like, damn, I ain't even think about that, bro. Yeah, that's fucked up. And he really, I could see his whole disposition change from being like hype about his girl doing all this for him to, damn, this nigga really telling me she don't fuck with me for real. And you could see his mind literally change and shift. And I said to myself, niggas be so hurt that they don't even want to see their mans happy, but they disguise it.
That sounds like what women do.
I don't disagree.
I don't disagree
I'm
either.
looking out for you.
Women do that too.
Women
yeah.
are trash.
And yo, but
Yeah, and I wouldn't disagree with her saying the same way.
But
I
that's
feel
what
it's
you
universal
doing right
yeah.
now. You just said that. Why we choose trash women?
No, I'm saying if your experience, I said, why is your experience so bad? Like, the women that you guys are experiencing, how did you get here? Like, what is the caliber? Who are you dealing with? Where do you meet
But it's
them?
not. But the thing is, but Chris, it don't have to. But it don't have to be. Hold on, because you haven't found someone that you want to marry doesn't mean that it has to been so bad. It could be that we didn't come together on certain things.
But I'm saying,
I mean,
I guess
Because you just jumped to because you didn't marry him doesn't mean that it's like so bad. So then you're jumping to a big conclusion in between where like, we just didn't work out. You know what I mean?
But you gotta look at your original point. His original point was why aren't the men taking accountability for who they're choosing? And that, but for your point, it's if you want to know why it's so bad for men or why men are acting like this, just hop on Twitter, hop online, and you see it's literally this side is attacking white men, this side is attacking black men. And everybody is combining to do that. These are where our problems stem from. And if we get them out the way, our problems will be better. And it's like, okay, how you going to get us out the way? So then it's just, all you doing is constantly putting a microscope. All you doing is constantly putting a microscope on these two demographics of white men and black men and saying, okay, all right, this shouldn't happen. Look, white man. Okay, look at these people getting shot in this neighborhood. Black men. You know what I'm saying? But you're not really looking for the actual roots of the problem. Where it's coming from? Why are people lashing out? Why are people so violent? Why do people feel like they have to own a gun? So it just gets to be overbearing for men in general. And then men, we can't vent. We can't show emotions. We gotta keep going. We gotta keep making money. We gotta keep supporting our families. We hop online, see, damn, somebody else done fucked up. Well, let me go back to this 9 to 5. You know what I'm saying? Make sure my kids eat.
Yeah.
Because if my kids don't eat, that's an indictment on me. It's not, when kids don't eat, it's not an indictment on the mother. It's always an indictment on the father.
That's so true. Man, that's true shit.
And you know,
That's
you
true.
know who brings the
just all adds up and builds up.
Yeah.
It's like a permanent burden on men, and that's why we have to express ourselves. Man, my wife out here complaining, but you can't lose your wife. You know what I'm saying? You got it's a dual income. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make sure she's happy.
For sure, we
you know
teammates.
She's not happy. I have to spend more money to make her happy.
And then maybe y'all got kids, you might want to stay with her. You know what
or I
I'm saying?
lose her, I'm on child support. I got to spend
And vice
more
versa.
money.
You know what I'm saying?
It's a domino effect that weighs heavy on men.
That's
Now,
them from the top. though.
don't think of what I'm saying as no type of excuse, because as a man I can't make excuses.
That's true. That's
We're not
true.
afforded that luxury.
It's just what's going on in the world.
And
It's something-
Yeah.
If I sat back and I was like, yo, I need me time. I need like I have to sit back. I want like that's not right. You ain't like all that shit is dead. And so people like, oh, you can do this, you can take time, blah, blah, blah. All that shit's fine and good, but you're gonna be, as much as people want to say you ain't gonna be looked at a certain way, and maybe you shouldn't be looked at a certain way, but you will be if like I said, if you don't just, you know what I'm saying, tie your shoestrings up and motherfucker buckle that shit up and get going. It's gonna be, and people ain't gonna feel sorry for you. Ain't gonna be no like, oh, you need some help on your bills. Like, ain't no all that extra shit. I'm not getting on OnlyFans and making a quick, like I gotta buckle up and get that shit done.
The number one stressful reliever of men is video games. How many times y'all dealt with a youngin'? Oh, you got the game on again?
Yeah.
Oh, you about to play.
the attack on video games is
what's that? You about to shoot your imaginary people.
Like, what hobby do you have? What if
honestly, the attack on video games is
It's like, I don't, like, what was a hobby shorty
that's
had?
near and dear to my heart, bro. I'm very passionate about
But like,
that.
nah, but
You know what I'm
imagine if a
saying?
shorty had a hobby and you just like, oh, you just like to sew all day.
Got off work,
Don't bother me when I'm watching my
playing the game, somebody came through.
video
Oh,
games.
you about
How
to
about
build
that?
your little imaginary basketball
Right.
player. You about to be.
It's like, what you want to do? You about to go.
You know what? I'm gonna tell y'all right now. I'm gonna tell y'all right
In the
now.
same breath, the way that y'all talk about niggas getting complaints about playing the game, niggas be complaining to me when I'm watching my housewives trying to mind my
Because
fucking
you
That's
make us
nuts.
watch that bullshit.
That's
No, I don't
nuts.
want you to watch it. Just leave me the fuck alone.
Listen, I don't know the man that would ever
Just
complain.
Like, leave me alone. Why you playing?
There's mammoths, hold up. There's niggas that complain when a woman is entertained.
Yes, like why
That's
you
nuts.
always watching that? You
Yo,
watch
I-
something.
What?
Let me say something.
Hey,
Hey man, that's a red flag. Oh, that's a red flag. I'm not gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. That's a red flag.
Hey, yo, let
That's
me
a
say
red flag.
Hey, yo,
Red
let me
flag.
say
If a
something.
And if you don't cut it off, that's on you.
I ain't
You
cut
fuck.
it off. You gonna watch it and be quiet.
No. I don't mean cut the TV off.
Oh, you making him watch it?
No.
No, if he wants to watch it, but I'm not turning it off because he
No.
wants
I didn't say cut it off. I'm saying you
I
can.
thought you was
I
forcing him to
said.
watch
It
it.
might be.
There you go.
Hey, he says only one TV in the house.
More than got the TV.
Hey, I ain't gonna hold you.
We watch the house now.
She not saying it's 1 p.m. on Sunday.
Guys.
She's leaving that part out.
Guys,
I'm just saying.
But it's your
You want
decision.
knowing
he got a phone? Nah, fuck that. That's a red
And I'm
flag,
watching my
yo.
shows.
That's a red
Yo.
flag,
Yeah,
yo.
I'm not paying.
Hey, yo,
attention.
Reflect for her or for.
That's what I'm saying.
Hey, yo, I'm trying to say
On
something.
cuz, you know
I'm
what
trying
I'm
to say something. We're creatures, okay? So when we got intellect, okay? So, and we got intellect, right? So if we don't control the intellect in our creature body, we're gonna be fucked up.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay? So look at the lions, right? You said something about girls not bringing food home, some shit like that, right?
They don't feed the kids.
All right, yeah. Who brings the motherfucking food on the lion family?
The woman.
The woman.
The lionesses, right?
Yeah.
Yes. And who's ready for what?
The male lion. He waiting.
Okay,
Waiting just
okay.
You know what I'm saying? That's the same shit. Why
Oh.
do and when they be chilling, they be separate. The lioness be over there somewhere in the
Watching
desert,
the
you know what I'm
housewives.
saying? So the
Man,
This
over there
motherfucker done made some
The
sense.
man
I'm
was
saying?
there.
19.
He done came and sold
Cool,
us some nice
like,
bullshit.
Male lions
Do
be
some
congregating and shit.
Nah, fuck that shit. When another male lion come,
So he sounded he don't
hey, when another male lion come though, guess who step up though? Yeah, he gotta step
Or
up.
that male lion's gonna come in there, kill him, and take his bitches.
Ooh.
Just like in real life.
That's what I'm saying.
That's
That's what I'm
crazy.
saying.
That's
So
real life.
and that's
That's
real
crazy.
life. So we
Okay,
gotta
you
be
not
lions.
gonna do
Why you
what
think it
Your
no
bitches
revolves
can't
about
take
ganja, science? Like I don't know what y'all believe in, but I believe that we are lions. You know what I'm saying? Like we sons of the sun type shit. So I don't know what y'all.
Hey, of
believe.
course he believe that.
Leo, I agree.
Yeah, it's
I'm a
bad.
Leo, I agree.
I got two Leos in this.
Hey, put him on the camera. He's speaking fast.
Nah, but hey, but the whole thing is like, I mean, if we kind of like lions, you know, that'd be the whole thing. Like, I actually, you know the irony of it all, though. The irony of it all,
Let's talk about that.
No. I'm about to tell you.
You a Leo?
I'm gonna tell y'all some real shit. Leo connection is, you know. Alright, cancers, you know. Can y'all come after cancers, right? Right.
Yeah, exactly. Cancers is a real.
Hey, where my Gemini at? I knew you was a motherfucking Gemini. I knew you was a Gemini.
Alright, so
all y'all some bam.
every black girl got
like a Sagittarius.
Nah, but look,
like shit.
it was a short stay. It's 10 o'clock. We're winding out. Yeah, we're just, you know.
Hey, but look, okay, so we wrapping it up.
Yeah, we wrapping it up.
Hey, so look, every show I'm trying to tell you, I'm always put in there, man. Take accountability for your shit, you know?
Amen.
Don't be complaining about shit. It go both ways. So the same shit we say, like men gotta do this, women gotta do this. Like it go both ways. But take accountability for your shit. If you got somebody that don't mess with you and you don't like that shit, cut that shit off. Don't, you know what I'm saying? If it's to the point you know you ain't enjoying that shit no more, cut that shit off. It's going to spare you in the long run.
Okay.
But take accountability for your own shit, man.
Okay, hold on.
Don't be complaining about people all the time. Like, you don't like that shit, hey, tell them, set your boundaries and get the fuck up out of there.
So to go off, this is what we're going to start doing, right? Everybody's going to you get a minute. Everybody gets a minute. Okay, and we add it up, and it's enough time for everybody.
I get another minute.
Yeah, I know. That's how I was like, yeah. So
we're not
everyone
off
get a minute.
shit.
So y'all get to think. He go first, me next.
What's this like the Jerry Springer final thought?
This final thought. You know what I'm saying? We're getting out of here. We're getting out of here. Yeah. I got
I just came for my jury beads.
R.I.P. Jerry. Hey man, let's take a shot.
Oh yeah, all right.
Before we start, let's take a shot for Jerry Springer, man. He died today. Hey, nah, that nigga.
Don't do that, man. That's fucked up.
Jerry Springer is one of the people.
Jerry Springer, a well-respected man down in this house.
He helped me lose my.
Man, fuck motherfucking man, John Wayne.
All right, so the minute, Matt, you get your minute starting now.
Hey man, look, I support all masculinity. I support traditional values, and I feel like the attack on that, you know what I'm saying, it's cool, y'all can have your opinion, I respect your opinion, but I feel like people that's on that, man, I feel like don't let society, you know what I'm saying, stray you from you set your boundaries, you having preferences, and you enforcing them both ways, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, and like I said, don't let society, you know what I'm saying, stray you from being a man and handling your business and being a leader and doing shit if that's in you. If it's not in you, that's cool. But if it is in you, don't let people tell you that's a bad thing. You know, embrace that shit and you know what I'm saying, bring that you know what I'm saying, make sure you bring your shit to the table. And you have to earn being a leader and being that guy. You can't just say it. You know what I mean? So if you want to be that guy, make sure that you got shit behind that and there's a reason for somebody to follow you. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, do that shit, man. We on one.
Alright, boom. Alright. So don't let people fuck up your energy on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody like is trying to hurt you purposely, they can hurt you. You can go cry in the bathroom. Don't show it to them though. Don't give them that satisfaction, and don't get into that. You know, whatever. The other thing is what man Teeco said. Shout out man Teeco about the Lions. That shit kind of it got me thinking because it's like the way the Lions shit goes. Like it'd be like one male lion. He'd be having like he'd be having like 8 lion women, and then it'd be like all these other lions that don't got no action. And they be just waiting for their time, like when the niggas weak, and then they try to, you know, you seen Lion King, what happened, you know what I'm saying? It was a tragedy. It was a tragedy, you know what I'm saying? But it's kind of like an analogy to us, you know what I'm saying?
Seconds.
I know, it's an analogy to us that, you know, some niggas get all the jumps, and some niggas be out there like Scar, just waiting to set you up for some pussy. And time.
Which one are you?
Hey man, how you said like we lions, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Don't be bitching about shit. If you supposed to be on the fucking top of the food chain, bruh, you know what I'm saying? You gotta find your lioness without, you know what I'm saying? You've gotta find your lioness that will take care of business.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That will take care of you without faking love that you already feel. You know what I'm saying? So if you find a bitch is a woman or a man, You know what I'm saying? A bitch, that's my definition.
Wait, what?
Okay, a bitch is a woman or a man.
All right.
That bitch about shit. Just let them go, bruh. You a lion. He don't bother us. Type shit.
Like the hangover.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
You go.
don't let
15
them
seconds.
bitches set us up, bro.
Yeah.
Don't let them bitches set us up. Because you said we be having like, I don't know how many lionesses
Hey, you got 7
around.
seconds.
And you know who defend us, bruh?
Who?
If you the fucking king of the jungle, our lionesses is our motherfucking soldiers.
That's true. Oh! You went out on that? Okay, damn. All right. Who is next? That was good. Because that's your soldiers. You send them out, you know what I'm saying?
Chris, come balance it out.
All right, Chris, you ready, Chris?
Yeah.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
All I want to say is a lot of the shit y'all believe is man-made. So take everything
Shout out
you
to
believe
man.
with a grain of salt and just be like, yo, am I really against this, or have I been told to be against this? So really start doing your own research. Go deeper than what's on TV. Go deeper than what's around you, and just get the answers for yourself, because everything's not cut and dry. Like, I remember one time I went to college, when I was in college, and my professor was real life, like hating on Christianity, and I was like feeling so bad. I was hurt about that I really called my grandma and said, how could he talk bad about Jesus like that?
Nice.
And I'm not saying that you shouldn't believe in Jesus, because I guess he's still a Christian, but I'm saying, like, the way it was taught to me, in the way that was real, it was like fake. It was just a lot going on. So I'm just saying, take everything with a grain of salt. People be
Do
studying
your own
shit.
research.
Do your own research.
Good shit.
Hey, yo, spitting bars.
Good shit.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
you
a
are.
tempo
Yeah, you are.
that whole.
That's 100% like, yeah, you know what I'm saying? You got to do your own work, man. Don't let the public opinion sway what you think. Like, you should think this. You know what I mean?
Can we talk about God next episode? I want to get into it. You know what I'm saying? I went to Catholic school and shit.
He gonna run some feathers.
Yo, what's your name?
I want to come as a
Tone?
visitor.
Tone. Is his son, right?
Yeah. All right, hold on, wait. 3, 2, 1, go.
So I'm just gonna start off by piggybacking off what she said. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
Everything is, everything is man-made, but behind every strong man is a woman telling them what to do. So, like I said, you know what I'm saying? We hold the weight, we take the blame, and we gotta keep on trucking. So, man, remember that. You know what I'm saying? Remember that.
Don't
You gotta
complain
be the
about it.
strong
Put
one.
in that work.
Don't overthink about it, and you know what I'm saying? Do what you gotta do. You know, carry the family, carry the woman, carry the world. You know what I'm saying? Just like she said with Christianity, just like Jesus did, he carried that cross. People ain't believe him. They ain't believe we build everything, but with your help, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna carry the cross. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna sit the cross.
That's what it.
We can carry the heat.
With the sinners around us, who also carry the cross.
And the
You know what I'm saying?
Got
And the
10.
saints. So keep on trucking, man.
Yeah.
Just know.
Don't complain
Teamwork.
about
Teamwork
shit.
make the dream work.
Don't complain. Don't
Yeah,
listen
handle
to
that shit.
Complain.
Yeah.
That's
Go cry in the bathroom.
Nah, cause you can't want to be that guy and be on shit and have you be on certain type of man time. And then you be complaining about shit. You doing this. Oh, like, damn, man, that shit was so hard. Yeah, like, bruh.
Take your coat off.
Yeah, come on, bruh. Like, we don't got time for that shit, bruh. Yeah, you can feel any kind of way, but dog, it's, you know what I'm saying?
Gonna build themselves.
Yeah.
You know it's hot. We
You sometimes.
Now look, but
man,
if you want to be on that time, that's cool. But don't be like you're that guy. You're not him. If you on that, that's cool though.
I ain't gonna hold you.
That's cool too though. But
I'll give you this.
Don't carry
I'll give you
yourself
this.
like you're him if you ain't sucking.
I'll give you this. Okay, you get one time. And it better be
Of course, everyone have like a little
super tragic event. Super
like a little some outlier shit.
I ain't gonna hold you. Hey, y'all gonna be weak. I ain't gonna hold you.
Come
So,
back,
like-
Lieutenant Dan shit.
Right.
It's death, dog. That's the only blend, dog. That's the only jump. That you get the one good cry in front of your girl. Every other time, I'm telling you, just cry in the because niggas don't cry as much as women do. So you don't know how to cry. Like, you know when a girl cries kind of cute.
Like swinging
Yeah.
See, look, now you don't do that. Do not do that in front of your girl.
Hey, I hit
Set him up.
That shit does not get the
girl be like,
I get a
If
plus
that's gonna be
100,000
a girl,
parlay.
then it's
I'm
not
crying in
gonna
front
be
of
out in
right
the
now.
open.
It's
If that
just-
shit
Hey, but it's a
burns
chick.
down,
Hey, but
you
listen.
put it
But listen.
down
Hold on.
and-
Hey, but Chris, that may not be the be all end all. But it's a little chink in the armor. Like if you was out with your man, he was talking shit about he got crushed. Not saying you wouldn't be there for him. Not saying you would break up with him the next day. Got crushed. Somebody was like, yeah, whatever. Somebody served him up. No, but no. Of course, no. You're not. Let me finish, Chris.
What are you gonna do?
Hold on, Chris. Hold on. Let me finish. Chris. Let me. Hold on. Can I finish? Okay. So look, Chris. Listen, Chris. Listen to me. Look, I totally agree with all that. But look, listen. So not saying you're not gonna do all this. Of course you gonna feel bad, blah blah blah, this, that, and the other. What I'm saying is that's a chink in the armor of some sort. So it's not a plus in the armor for sure. Because if the first time you was with your dudes like, nah, I really fuck with cuz, blah blah blah, and let's say something happened or some super fluke shit, it went down, and let's say he came back, cuz served him, bam, hit him with a counter jaws and Ronde Davis shit. You're like, damn, I'm fucking with that guy. So listen, so vice versa. I'm not saying that you would necessarily look down on him or break up with him, but it would be a little, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm not saying you're a bad person for thinking this. I'm saying it's human nature to be like, damn. Like, you might not break, but it's a little something, and then something else happened. Maybe he ain't text you back on time, and then you see him on the ground. He's on the ground, and he begging for the dude, like, stop. Dude's whooping him. He's on the ground. So I'm not saying that you're gonna break up with him. You won't be there. What I'm saying is, as a like, that's like a. I mean, it's not a. I feel like it's an obvious thing. It's a little chink in the armor.
So you're about to get your
definitely don't help
you. But I will say this though,
but it don't help him. It don't help his cause.
If we getting beat up, I'm getting beat up. We're out in public. I don't need you to pepper.
And it happens too.
I need this. Is the thing, women, men and women, man, like you gotta have. And this is some wild shit that we have to even talk about in 20, but this is a public service announcement, you know what I'm saying, because we're going out. But like, if you're going out with your girl, y'all need to have a action plan about what's going on while y'all going out in 2023. Y'all going out, having a good time. You know, this is what's going on.
You say nothing. Something going
if
down,
some shit's going on, just fucking take off. You got your phone.
Don't say nothing. Don't say no nobody.
Don't spray no mace and go to spraying mace.
That's why that's why it's important to be the leader.
That's what I'm saying.
If you can't tell your junk that and she be like, I understand what the hell he's saying. Shit go down. You shut your mouth because you ain't gonna be the one that got nothing to do with what's going on.
Hey, if you gonna spray, make sure you spray.
Go down, you run.
Make sure you spray behind your man's back though. While your man's throwing punches and shit, while your man's throwing punches and shit, it's spray behind his back. You know what I'm saying?
No.
You ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm giving you the LeBron swing pass. This is for the game. You the last. All right, 3, 2.
All right, so since I'm last up, I'm gonna end it off with love.
I knew it. I was like, cuz about to say love. Go ahead.
Because
I felt that.
We talked about a lot of things being man-made, but one thing that ain't man-made is love. You know, we gonna talk about God next time, and you know, we all know God is love.
Yeah.
So, if anything, man, love yourself. Try to love the people around you. Love your life. Love just being here, because you know there's a lot of people who ain't. And
real shit.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, I appreciate y'all for having me out here. You know, and I'm gonna do a shameless plug too for I'm out of here because I know every couple seconds. Check us out at Premium, PREAGMIUM. We out.
Okay.
I'm gonna go out before my minutes. I'm saving my minutes for next time.
That's what we're gonna. You were at 13. You were at 13.
You want me to wrap the 10 seconds?
Hey, man, but I'm telling you, I feel like everybody got to push the accountability wave, bruh.
Yeah.
If you really telling people like, yo, be accountable, bruh, like for your shit. I feel like if people really push that shit in general, like, yo, spread love, spread all that, but yo, spread accountability too. Like, bruh, come on, man, don't be doing that.
It's okay to take an L, man.
Yeah, it's cool.
It's not the end of the world.
Like, it's
cool.
But yeah, anyway, when we done, it's over with.
Yeah. So, wait, did you cut it off yet? No?
No.
Alright, we got one more. We got before we go out, we gotta take a shot, 4:30, you know what I'm saying? You know the vibes, you know what I'm saying? We got, it's not now, but it's,
damn, it's the 28th.
Yeah, 2 days, you know what I'm saying? So, cause you fucked me up when you said it, like, you gotta live every day, man, like, it's your last, you know what I'm saying? So we all gonna take a shot.
Hey, yo, shout out to Marijuana Maria, that's my granny's name. She was born on 420. Smoke that J. And that's true though. That's a true story.
Hey, this joint for, you know what I'm saying, my man Lou, y'all on the vibes, you know what I'm saying? So
Salute.
yeah,
My man.
salute, you know what I'm
Salute.
saying? Yeah.
Salute.
Bang bang.
Salute.
And we out, man. That's 104. It's in the bag. I appreciate everybody coming through, you know what I'm saying?